The White House launching a new initiative to tackle the challenges posing the new workforce. Today, President Trump signed an executive order to get millions of people back into the workforce. Take a listen.
Together, their task will be to develop a national workforce and strategy to equip Americans of all ages and at all stages of their career with the skills they need to thrive in the modern economy.
I want to bring in New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, who was actually at today's announcement. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us. It was another great event. I love these events because you have real people who share real life experiences, of the successes that are happening, and the amounts that were mentioned there: $3.8 million, commitment after commitment after commitment. This after President Trump signed that executive order. Now, explain to us, how does it work? How do you see it playing out over the next few years?
I thought it was a terrific event, and President Trump is doing exactly what we need. Right now, I'm a small business owner in upstate New York, and our biggest challenges, and I've been to at least close to 100 businesses around my region, probably about 50 doing business roundtables, whether it's manufacturing, small businesses, and then another 50 since tax reform to hear about how great tax reform is working for them, and also the rollback of needless regulations. We have really moved the economy in the right direction, but this is the next step. So now that we've created all these jobs, we need people to fill those jobs, and that's exactly what the president rolled out today. He made a pledge to the American worker to invest in apprenticeship, which was kind of fun. He said the word apprentice. He got a little laugh out of it. Here I am talking about apprenticeships again, and talked about that and how we're going to retrain the workforce of tomorrow and get these people back to work. And it was really spectacular. He had his whole cabinet in front of him, and then around in a huge round table, he had members and leaders of big companies around the country, whether it was FedEx founder Fred Smith, all kinds of people, standing up, and each one of them addressed the president and said, here's the number of jobs we're going to create, and we're going to invest. Our companies are going to invest in creating workforce development, P-Tech, all kinds of issues that to bring these workers to the skill set that they need in order to work. It's an on-the-job training program. It was really amazing, and it's exactly what we need. It's exactly what every business has told me as I've gone through all my business roundtables throughout the region.
It's interesting because as I watched, and each representative got up and said, this is what we pledge, and some of the numbers were staggering, billions and billions of dollars. One of the last ones, I think the last one was Walmart.
Yes.
Who said, okay, well, we're gonna train 1 million people. I thought at that point President Trump should have started over again. Okay, hey, Home Depot, you hear that? Let's hike up the number. But the most interesting point here is that, and you touched on it. In May, there were 441,000 manufacturing jobs open. In May of 2009, there was only 100,000. We're talking a 400% increase. So the jobs are there, and employers need these workers. And the big question has always been, who actually pays to train them? Is this the blueprint, sort of a public-private partnership kind of thing?
It is in a way, but I'm not a big lover. Of course, I think of crony capitalism. That's what's going on in New York, where we're just spending hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in taxpayer money, luring these businesses in and saying, here, create jobs. No, what the president is doing is the organic way and the way that you actually truly grow a workforce. First, you lower taxes. Second, you reduce regulations and you make sure that these businesses, and I'm not talking about no regulations, we're talking about reasonable regulations so businesses can thrive, they can grow, and they can add jobs. And so, but this reduction, I mean, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, as much as the Democrats like to decry it, has been a great success, even in a district like mine in upstate New York, where we've seen, record losses of people and jobs in our communities. And so you first do that, and now you've got these jobs there. They need people to come in and create the goods and services that we need. So guess what? We have a bunch of people applying for jobs. They're not ready yet. We need to train them. We need to give the businesses an opportunity to do on-the-job training, get the skill set that they need to actually produce the goods that we need to sell. And I think that's exactly what's happening. And that's why you're seeing this growth. You're seeing a dynamism that we haven't seen in our economy in a long time. I mean, my business is already doing well, and we used to have about 70 employees. We're already looking at hiring new employees. The problem is getting qualified people to come to work. And another thing that people don't talk about, and one of the problems we have in New York, is that we have an entitlement system that actually gives people more incentives to stay home, and so giving people better incentives to go to work having the dignity of work, being able to take care of their families, the excitement of it. And the president highlighted that today. Actually, some great people got up, and a woman got up. She told a really amazing story about how she said, you know, my husband was killed,
right,
and my poor son, he said, I don't have a role model. He goes, yes, you do. You have me now.
Yeah.
I'm
your role model. And then the room gave her the
standing
ovation.
It was amazing.
Was
I mean,
wonderful.
These are great stories.
Yeah.
The president did a beautiful job presenting it. Ivanka Trump was wonderful, and she came to my district last week and talked about workforce development, the P-TECH issue that was going on up in Syracuse, New York, which is a little outside of my district, but that was part of her trip.
Well,
She just was, it was amazing. It was a great event and a great way for the president to close out this week.
And I think it's brilliant to have folks like you who are in Congress, but also understand the woes and the challenges of small businesses, because this is an issue for the largest businesses like those in the room and the smallest business. It's a good problem to have, but it is a problem. Congresswoman Tenney, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.